I always feel bad about that, but there simply is no way to host an event where the West Coast, the East Coast, and Europe and East Asia can all compete at reasonable hours. It just isn't possible.
Yeah, someone always gets the short straw. Sucks.
Okay, we're gonna throw out Freddy for both of them, get the same teleport, because the mod has the seeded RNG, or the whatever it's called, force... The option is called like force seeded RNG or something,
I
but...
hope Ribbon knows.
Yeah, Ribbon trying again, and it's gonna not work. I hope he doesn't keep trying. Okay, we're thinking.
Just thinking, yeah.
That didn't work. Alright. Yeah, the point is that the Blood Shop, if you throw from the same spot, the Blood Shop always ends up in the same teleport, so that you never end up in a situation where...
Okay, he's leaving. Good.
Yeah. Okay, good. We're out of the Blood Shop. Blood Shop reset hell. No, we're not!
Oh.
Blood Shop reset hell or Glass Shop reset hell were some of my least favorite parts of pre-Synchrony racing, and I'm so glad that that's gone now. Okay, we're chilling. Hummingbee only has a bit of a lead here.
Not taking the trapdoor? Oh, the arena. Didn't see that. That's a good find.
That is, yeah, that's crazy. This is an endgame build, kinda. Like you need a little bit more, but like this is a 3-5 rapier, you know, 3 damage on the short poke, the 5 damage on the lunge. Like that kills everything except for that.
No, B rating.
I opened my mouth and I shouldn't have. Ribbon doing some of his farming. Ribbon does love his items, and you know, can't really criticize him. Items are pretty good.
Yeah, that probably might work from under the tile, the teleport rune.
So now we're both in 1-2, or well, Hummingbee's back in 1-1.
This is a very interesting start to this race.
Yeah. Normally we're both trying to do things, and the things aren't really working. Which is, you know, it's Necrodancer, it's hard. There's gonna be a lot of failed attempts at doing things. It's always so funny to me how, even when you're having really high-level races, like, there's always gonna be some matches where it's just like, yeah, I don't know, we spent a minute doing nothing in Zone 1. Like, we weren't really going to the exit, we weren't really getting items, and that just happens even at the highest tiers of play, because Necrodancer is... It's just so hard to not... It's so hard. I don't know. Necrodancer is a difficult game. Do you agree?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay. Ruby thinks Necrodancer is an easy game, which is why they don't race it.
I didn't say it was easy.
Why don't you race it? Tell me.
No.
Okay, I'll stop bullying my co-commentator.
Ribbon's taking freeze over the Titanium Rapier in the arena. Farming the lap. You think he prefers the longsword, or you just think he wants freeze instead of the weapon?
Yeah, I kind of like the freeze take with that +1 damage, because I mean, I like the Titanium Rapier too, of course. Titanium Rapier +1 damage is crazy good, but it's really a lot easier to find a decent weapon than it is to find something like Freeze Spell. So I think both choices are defensible. I don't even know which one is correct. I don't know which one I would even do in that situation. I think it would just kind of depend on my mood.
It's a free bomb trapdoor, that's nice.
Yeah, I love that. It's just like, oh, it's a trapdoor with extra steps. The extra steps literally being you have to take a couple extra steps around it.
I think B just tried to dash the wall open. I'm not sure.
The which? Oh, like the potion room wall?
The potion room.
That's a rifle! You could sell those legally in the crypt? That doesn't seem right.
It ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Heal spell in 2-4. It's a pretty good find.
There's another rifle! The floor has 2 guns!
What is this?
This game is so silly. And then we blew up the trapdoor. Oh no.
It's a gun for each hand.
I cannot believe it's a double rifle on... It's not even a double rifle seed. It's a double rifle 2-3. They're on the same floor. Game was just like, oh yeah, you're not supposed to see repeat items? Yeah, what if I just showed you them anyway? Meanwhile, while 2-3 happened on Ribbon's side, Hummingbee has done the entirety of Zone 3. And I didn't watch any of it, because I was too busy looking at the rifles. Ribbon has checked and got an electric dagger. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I definitely prefer that over the longsword.
Yeah, base longsword is maybe not the choice. Oh, there's another free bomb trapdoor. It's not free anymore! Ice Elemental says you have to pay. Horrible. The crypt economy is merciless. On the Deep Blues as Hummingbee... On the Deep Blues for ribbongraph as Hummingbee is heading into the 4-2 exit. Well, the kind of starting 4-2. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is that Hummingbee is a 4-2 and a bit a half. A 4-2 and a bit ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know whose build I prefer here, because Ribbon has armor and freeze, but Hummingbee has heal, which is also really good.
Yeah, there's also the weapon disparity, and I think that my opinion for a while has been that the electric dagger is better in Zone 4, but that the move attack is better in Zone 5.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree with that.
Yeah.
The Zone is just really good in Zone 4.
By the way, Hummingbee just checked a shop, and it had, like, telepathy and, like, Quake... It was, like, Quake Scroll and Blood Shovel when it had no bombs. Which is,
that's useful.
It's like, hey, we're gonna have problems with the story bosses? Like, how about just don't? Just don't. Dead Ringer cannot have bells without your consent. Just say no. Yeah, there's the same shop for ribbongraph. Although gonna skip out on that Quake Scroll for ham. Maybe we're just gonna eat the ham. Yeah, maybe just eat the ham. Oh, we're dashing to get out of the way of that spider. I love that.
Hummingbee on 5-3 as well.
Oh, not anymore! That's a gold orb to the face, I think.
It should have slowed down. It had such a good lead.
Yeah, this is something... Personally, I've always struggled with this for racing. Just knowing, like, hey, my opponent isn't gonna catch up if I just take a little bit of extra time to kill the scary enemies, if I have this much of a lead. And Ribbon is actually doing a great job of noticing, and just being like, oh, okay, like, my opponent's dead, like, I'm just gonna go to Conjure, I'm gonna go Conjure Armor, I'm gonna go get off the scary ring, I'm gonna make myself comfortable. Hummingbee kinda... obviously had less of a lead to be comfortable with, but one of the things that makes racing really fun for me is reacting to what your opponent's up to and where they are, and what items they have and such. And it's a really difficult thing to get down, and it's really hard to practice because you kind of just need to race. You can't practice reacting to your opponent without an opponent.
I mean, players have enough trouble remembering their own items, let alone other people's.
That is so real. Yeah, Ribbon just kind of taking this nice and safe. Doesn't actually have that much health, but has plate armor and a cheese, which is like, I don't know, plate armor and a cheese is like all you need in life. Just checking on back-end things, sorry.
People who listen to the commentators instead of screen watching. I mean, I admire it, but that sounds like sensory hell.
Yeah! I have such a hard time with, you know, I know that a lot of people do listen to commentary, I just can't. It doesn't work for me. Oh, oops. Ravio says he listens to audiobooks while he races. I don't really think I have words for that. I respect it, but I do not understand it. This Dead Ringer. This Dead Ringer, this is not... There are no rails. The mini-bosses are all alive. No, that's to the face!
No.
Okay,
Oh, no.
plate armor saving us. We got a cheese, and it's over? It's over! Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're fine. I'm not scared, you're scared. No fear.
No fear, sure.
Okay, and we're just gonna dig out the Necrodancer with a nice big blood shovel dig. I'm looking at the schedule.
It's really interesting to me, like, how everyone does their screen watches.
I didn't realize there was so much divergence, because for me it's just like, oh yeah, you put your opponent's screen on the other, either in the corner of your screen or on your other screen or whatever. I know some people used to screen watch on their phone. Probably still
That's
do.
interesting.
You know, if you don't have a second monitor, you can just use the phone, right? Yeah, Hummingbee kind of just chilling on a 1-4, which is fair. And what color is blue? Okay, I think blue is blue.
Are you sure?
And we're counting down for the second race. We're just going right away. Morakonda says she has her opponent's stream full screen and her game in the bottom left corner. I feel like that's the wrong way to prioritize the information you're getting. I feel like your race is more important. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
But I think you get to see their build and their minimap, and that's pretty much most of the info.
I guess if you're kind of planning on shadowing your opponent, it makes some sense. I don't know. I'm just amazed that people do things like this. How do you? I don't understand. I don't want to sound like that. I'm criticizing it because I'm not. Everyone has their own method for doing this.
Are we going for this urn? Yes, we must.
Oh, the Red Dragon. Oh, that was so clean from Hummingbee.
No!
The commentator should just never open its mouth. Never. Never ever. Just like, this is so clean. I wouldn't have set up that Red Dragon in front of the urn nearly as fast as Hummingbee did, and then we got whipped. There's a glip in my 1-1. Horrible.
Can we still break this?
We're trying. I don't think we can, actually. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, how many are we giving up on it? I think correctly. Oh, Ribbon has a Miner's Cap. Well, that's cool.
Oh, I missed that. That's a good find.
Oh, that's a good urn, too. So sometimes you open an urn and you're like, why do I ever? This urn is why you ever. Like, Pulse, Heavy Plate, that's amazing. It's not great with the Glass Whip, but there's a Titanium Longsword in 1-4, and honestly, you could probably just take the Titanium Longsword and that's your whole build. Like, this is really good. Oh, there's a Torch of Strength even, too.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Missing out on the urn is not great. Yeah, Ribbon's not going to be finding or taking the Torch of Strength, I guess. Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if I agree with all of this farming that Ribbon's doing. It's like
He's doing a lot, yeah.
Getting items is good, and making sure you have a build you're comfortable with, especially in a race, is great. But I feel like Ribbon sometimes takes it a little too far, and it can really suffer. Like, it's like you have the build advantage, just like kind of press it, kind of take advantage of it.
Well, their builds are not that different anymore.
That is true.
Found cap.
Yeah, the cap and then the armor from that lock shop. So they kind of Ribbon has like slightly better armor and a map.
And Mana Pulse is good.
Yeah, and the pulse is amazing. Like Ribbon's build is still definitely better. But Ribbon kind of had that build advantage for a few minutes, and then, a few minutes, and by a few minutes I mean like 30 seconds, because this game always makes time feel like it goes a lot longer than it is.
And he also has the ham, like he can definitely push
and like he's not gonna, I don't know. I don't want to rib on him too much. He's definitely not like that far behind or anything.
I know he's doing fine, but
yeah, he's doing fine.
Yeah,
it's just
the farming's a strange choice. That's all.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Finding boots after spending all of your money on transmog.
Yeah. Oh, that's a Black Rider. Okay, you know what? Actually, Ribbon was just able to shrug off that Black Rider hit because of all this farming he's been doing. So actually, he's doing great. What's the word? Ignore all my criticisms.
Retract?
Retract. Thank you. I like being around you because you always know what words I want to say.
I don't know about always.
Sometimes. More than I do. You know my words better than I do.
I think chat picked up on it as well. It's fine.
I'm sorry. My brain is just is fried a little bit.
What's Ribbon taking? Going for purple and leaving Charisma behind.
My brain is still fried after the charm spell. The charm spell broke me. Ribbon's kind of doing a great job with the swarm management here. Like, he has so many enemies behind him, and he's just not really getting hung up on them at all. He's making great use of this cap and taking advantage of the longsword range. It's really, really, really great.
Yeah, nice pulse on the mummy as well.
Humming Bee is still a little bit ahead, but you know, it's like it's a floor and a half lead. We keep having these races where it's like, oh well, one racer has a floor and a half lead, so surely that means that they're favored to win, and then shenanigans happen, and it's anyone's game. Because that's not good.
Humming Bee has regen, so can probably push a bit faster now as well.
Yeah, that regen should help. The regen and the small Fred.
Small Fred.
I like Ribbon. I really like what Ribbon just did there of taking the freeze tome to freeze and then just picking up the other consumable that he wanted more. It just made that exit a lot easier, and it didn't really cost him anything.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
It's just like a small optimization, but it's the sort of thing. It's like it saves you 10 beats if you do 3 of those. Like that's kind of the 20-second time gain. Like it's a big deal.
Oh yeah, the Quake was good.
This battle cap is also cool. Oh, never mind. We don't need battle cap. We have mana pulse, which also does infinite damage.
Ribbon has so much damage.
Also, Humming Bee has no health.
Yeah, but it'll get it back. This floor is fine. See, it's got health.
I'm still worried. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ribbon taking the trapdoor.
Oh, Humming Bee's not using the Shopro at all. There were like three big gold piles in the past like 10 seconds, and I mean it's not getting hit. So like what is health if you're not using it? So maybe
probably just trying to stay ahead. I think.
Yeah, focusing on staying ahead rather
it.
than all the little things. I think.
Just seeing how many bombs they both have. Oh my lord.
I don't mean to be criticizing the racers so much. I feel a little bad about that. I'm sorry.
Standard dead ringer. Both of them.
And yeah, we're kind of bombing out the stage at the same time. Humming Bee's tanking the bomb, or one of them at least. Ribbon also, yeah, this is going to come down to lures pretty much. I don't know which of the ribbons is the real ribbon. I think it's the lighter one. I think the lighter one's the real ribbon. Ah, it's a black skeleton hit, and Humming Bee's done? Yeah, it's so close. It was so close at the end. Wow.
Yeah, finding space definitely helped.
I was like, Ribbon had such a big build advantage, and then yeah, the space for the cap, and then Humming Bee just kind of pushed with that. That was great. Good job. GG both racers. That was super cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good race.
On to race 3. Yeah, Humming Bee kind of sad in the race room about the whip ruined the urn open.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
What do you call... What is the portmanteau for urn? It's only 3 letters long, but I'm sure there's one anyway.
It's 2 words, it's turn, isn't it?
It's a turn?
It's a turn.
There's a glip in my turn.
Oh. Yeah, wasn't in the turn.
Sorry, there's a Rana in my turn. How's that?
Hate Rana, even. Oh wait, it was Pulse in the end. Mana was in a boss chest.
Listen. That was like, 10 minutes ago.
8 Pell?
Do you expect me to remember things from 10 minutes ago?
Maybe? I don't know.
That's fair. I'm not gonna remember things from 10 minutes ago. Like, come on. This is Crypt of the Necrodancer. You have to think about the next 0.3 seconds. You have no brain left for anything else.
That's true.
It's hard enough to, like, keep track of which bosses you fought. Like, that's as much thinking about the past as I do in the middle of a race.
There's a potion at the start of 1-2.
Alright,
A ribbon swapping over to the Luminous Torch. He's doing a bit of farming. I wonder if he wants to get the potion.
Yeah, maybe he also wants to get a Leprechaun for that Chant Shrine. I actually quite like getting an early Leprechaun, getting a bunch of gold, and then just banging on that Chant Shrine a few times, and it'll usually give you not a build, but something. The start of one, right?
Yeah, the start of one.
At Ochre, will this be on YouTube? Yes. I was totally locally recording before you sent that message. It's fine. We can download the VOD. It's fine.
Spiked ears in the Blood Shop is not bad.
You went who's ready and immediately fell back asleep? That's so real. I relate so much. Yeah, Spike Gears... Is that a plate armor for 1-4?
No, yeah, I guess so.
Those Spike Gears are going to be really good then, because we don't have any damage on Hummingbee's side at all. But
I thought he was going to run with the crossbow.
Oh, it was a full walk of shame too. The Hummingbee didn't have its dagger. That's... So whenever I end up in that situation in a race where I like throw my dagger like downwards to kill Konga and then I get plate armor, I really can't help but just go to the next floor without my dagger. And it's really not the correct choice, but it's such a long walk, and what if there's just a black chest right at the start? What if?
That is such a you thing to do.
I don't disagree, but I resent that you said it anyway.
I mean, it's fine. There's 2 weapons in this shop. Neither of them are particularly outstanding, but...
A base rapier is kind of outstanding with Ribbon's build, like the spike gears and the plate armor.
Mean, with the ears, it's not like outstanding on its own, but...
Oh yeah. Everyone knows that the key to life is a good pair of headphones. We're also taking the backpack, which I am a big fan of, especially with that blood drum. It's like... Because if you're checking purple and you have a blood drum, you're always worried. It's like, well, there's freeze tones, and I really want the freeze tones, but I have this blood drum in my item slot instead. But if you have a backpack, no problem. Food shop here for Ribbon. Hummingbee did not get this. This is going to be a lot of health for Ribbon. And yeah, I mean, Ribbon can do it. Ribbon has this weapon advantage. Though Obsidian Cat out of 2-4, pretty good. Pretty good weapon, that Obsidian Cat. 3 damage, move attack, yeah.
Definitely prefer, like, Ribbon's got so much more, like with the potion as well, and the Lucky Charm.
Yeah. Ribbon can kind of, as long as Ribbon doesn't tank any walls, he can kind of just bash his face into everything. And be fine, because he has, what, 9 hearts and plate armor? And a bunch of damage. Like, this is a very safe build for Ribbon, really. Other than...
but he doesn't need it anyway.
Yeah, as long as you keep those spike gears alive, everything will be fine. I think is kind of what Ribbon's build is looking like.
Hummingbee took a couple of hits, getting squished between each other monsters, which is not so bad because of the plate armor.
Yeah. I think it's kind of... I don't know if people realize this a lot. It kind of looks like they have the same build, because they both have a 3 damage move attack weapon with that plate armor. But Hummingbee's is actually noticeably worse, because Hummingbee can't take advantage of the plate armor to tank hits. Because if it does, it loses its damage. But Ribbon doesn't have that problem with the spike gears. So, yeah, that's kind of the subtle difference here that's... I think it's making a big difference. Like, Ribbon's closing this gap pretty steadily here. Yeah, Ribbon also does have the potion, which is like, that's a huge deal. That's an extra 5 hearts that Hummingbee just does not have access to. I don't know if that came from a need scroll or just a potion room. I think it was a potion room. So.
It was a potion room, yeah. It was a potion room in 1-2?
Oh yeah, it was like really early. But yeah, Hummingbee's not going to find a potion room later, because you can only get one of those per run. So...
Oh yeah, I would have lunged into the Minotaur as well.
I did see a Blood Shrine on Hummingbee's side, and with this... The plate armor and no health regen? No, you have a chicken. Without a chicken, I definitely go out of my way to get Crown of Thorns or Ring of Regen from that shrine, but...
Yeah,
with the chicken, maybe you can just go. Maybe that's fine. I didn't think about that. And then you have the ability to open crates too. Yeah, like, you can just eat the chicken and the apple here, and now you're at 4 hearts, and that's, you know... It's not as many as Ribbon has, but it's a decent amount. You're not going to die with that. Right? Right? I said you're not going to die with that, and then I realized how bad of an idea it is for me to say that out loud, because it totally means it's going to die now. Oh, you probably want regen? Yeah, you could get the blood shovel too, and that just saves you time on the Necrodancer stage 2. And you
I always forget about the shovel.
Yeah, blood shovel's really good. I really like blood shovel. Ribbon is doing a fantastic job keeping the spike gears alive and catching up.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, I think it's kind of rare to see spike gears stay alive for this long, and Ribbon's doing a great job with it.
I mean, B's taken a few hits because of the blue dragon, and almost has no health.
Yeah, definitely keeping the pressure up on Hummingbee. Hummingbee has to keep pushing, or else Ribbon's gonna be ahead. But Hummingbee's also been doing a great job dealing with that pressure as well, of course. Yeah, and just to deep lose apart here. This is a little bit scary for the bomb situation on Hummingbee's side. Only one bomb and the bomb spell. Ribbon has the blood drum, so you know, they both kind of need health when they get to the Necrodancer stage, but Hummingbee needs a lot more health because if you're relying on blood bombs,
it's fine.
Well, as long as they take 0 more damage, it'll be fine. Oh, it's a blood shovel. It's fine. We're saved. Oh, we're not taking the blood shovel. No.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, I think you really do want that blood shovel, because right now you can't dig the stage out, but the blood shovel is more efficient than that bomb spell will be, so...
I mean, you only need to do, like, what, one puzzle?
I think you need to do 2 here. Oh, that's kind of a really inconvenient place for that Earth Dragon Wall to get set down. They're kind of playing at exactly the same pace now. Ribbon has been a floor behind for the past, like, 10 floors, I think. So...
Yeah, he's been solidly, like, one behind the whole time.
Yeah, which is...
I'm gonna be taking another hit.
Yeah.
Still keeping up with 1 floor lead.
Yeah, keeping those spike gears still alive. They've been alive since, like, 1-3. Like, crazy.
Oh yeah, 2 puzzles.
Yeah, Hummingbee, despite not being able to dig out the stage properly, is still getting the Necrodancer off the stage a little bit early. It's gonna come down to Lures, though. 3 hits left for Hummingbee, 5 for Ribbon. They're both missing this cycle. 2 hits left for Hummingbee.
Yeah, 3 for Ribbon.
Yeah,
close.
Wow.
2 for 2.
Yeah, and Ribbon's gonna take it, I think. Wow. Hummingbee's just keeping a 1-floor lead the whole time, but the bombs and the lures from Ribbon just sealing it up for Ribbon. Those were really good races. All 3 of those races.
Like, so many of these are so close. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, like Necrodancer's so weird because it's like, well, surely some of the races have to be like, well, one player found a crazy weapon and the other one didn't, and they just lose. But that doesn't happen. Like, have you been watching these races? Everything is so back and forth, and stuff. It's crazy.